Oh, beloved brothers, what are the factors that can keep a person stable during the times of fitna? This is the topic that has been chosen for me by Sheikh Walid. He has chosen to give me this topic. And I think that the topic is a very important topic, and every single Muslim needs to know this information, especially in this country. In fact, in any country he needs to know this information. And I will, before time runs out, I will concentrate on the following points in this lecture. Firstly, the types of fitna. Secondly, the dangers of fitna upon the heart. Thirdly, the factors that can keep a person stable during fitna. So please pay attention to me with your hearts and with your ears. And I pray that Allah makes us amongst those who listen to His statements and follow it. These are the ones whom Allah has guided, and these are the ones that are wise. Firstly, the types of fitna. Fitness can be divided into two broad categories. The first category is the fitna of desires, and the second category is the fitna of doubts. The fitna of desires are many. Under this comes the fitna of money, and the fitna of women, and the fitna of children, and the fitna of position, and the fitna of power, and the fitna of wanting to be in charge. Many fitnas that come under the fitna of shahawat. And the Prophet ﷺ was scared of his ummah concerning these fitnas, concerning the fitnas of the dunya and all of its pleasures. Because he said in the hadith, Wallahi, I'm not scared that you're going to become poor. I'm not scared that you're going to become poor. But I am scared that this earth is going to be spread out for you, as it was spread out for those that came before you. Then you will compete with one another to get this dunya, as they also compete with one another to get it. So it will destroy you just like it destroyed them. So the fitna of the desires is going to shake the heart, and we seek Allah's refuge. The fitna of women, and it is the most dangerous of all of the fitnas of the desires. The Prophet ﷺ warned his ummah. He said, as is reported by the hadith of Usama ibn Zayd, the Prophet ﷺ said, and I remind you, don't be miserly with saying the salat upon the Prophet ﷺ. If you are not going to say salat upon him now, then when will you say salat upon him? The Prophet ﷺ said, I have not left any fitna that is more dangerous. I have not left any fitna after me that is more dangerous for men than women. I have not left any fitna after me that is more dangerous to men than women. And there is no doubt that not a single person is unaware of the fitna of women. It is of the most dangerous of the fitnas of desires. The fitna of how many times have people come to this country and he then just got enveloped into the shahawat of this dunya, into the desires of this dunya. So you find him spending his time and his money and all that he can in order to attain the desires of this world. And he forgets that as long as he lives, it doesn't matter, the dunya will end. And as long as he lives, he will never be able to get what he wants. Because every night there must be a dawn after it. And every life there must be a death after it. How many Muslims in this country do not know even where the masjid is? Some of the brothers asked me in Brooklyn, in New York, that to go to a Muslim man who has a lot of money and a lot of businesses, but he didn't even know where the masjid was. So they asked me, why don't you go, O Sheikh, to remind this man of the masjid? Perhaps he might be reminded and Allah might bless him. So I went and I reminded him of Allah, and I reminded him of the statements of the Prophet ﷺ. Then he told me, I promise you, if I return to my country, that I will build a whole masjid for the sake of Allah, and I will stay in that masjid until I meet Allah. I said, bring me a paper and pen. He said, so that I can write a contract with the angel of death that he doesn't take your soul until you get there. So that we can condition upon the angel of death that he will not come and take your death until you go back to your country and build the masjid so you can worship Allah there. So the man understood what I was trying to say. So he said, Wallahi, O Sheikh, if I have a headache, I take $100 out and I put it on my head and the pain goes away. The Sheikh said, Wallah, you are the slave and the worshipper of the money. Just like the Prophet said that the person who worships money will perish. This is the Qibla that you pray to. This is the Kaaba. This is the reason that you live. And this person knows that he will not take his money to the grave. He is reciting a poetry that don't compile that which will go away from you. Every single rich person will eventually become poor. Poverty that is pure is better than richness that is impure. Contentment is richness, even if you don't have much. Look at the one who has all of the world, yet he comes in his coffin and grave the same as everyone else. The fitna of shahawat, the fitna of desires, is going to drown you in this world. Many of those people that claim to be Muslim, they are involved in these fitnas so much so that they forget of the akhirah. Why did the Prophet ﷺ warn against these fitna? He said, Wallahi, I'm not scared of poverty, but I'm scared that this world is going to be spread out for you, as it was spread out for those before you. And you will compete with one another to get it, just like they also compete with one another. So it will destroy you just like it destroyed them. I don't want to tell you don't get involved in the dunya. And I'm not trying to tell you leave your world and leave your jobs and leave your businesses. What I am telling you is that you understand the reality of this world, and that is that the world is only a harvest or a crop for the akhirah. There are certain servants of Allah that are intelligent. They have understood the purpose of life. When they have understood that it is not a place for the living person to live, they have made it a ship for the akhirah. He said that the world is a place of honesty for he who believes in it. And it is a place of rescue for him who takes advantage of it. In other words, for the akhirah. So the dunya, this dunya is in fact the business place of the people who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They use it to attain the akhirah. If you can gather $1 million, then do so. But with two conditions. Firstly, you take it from halal, and secondly, that you give the due that is upon it. Money is what we live by. But what I'm warning against is that you get involved with dunya to such a level that it forgets you of the akhirah. You become so busy that you forget what your real purpose is.